So now that the NBA Finals is done with, the Nuggets have hoisted the big old Larry O'Brien trophy. Jokic has claimed the MVP trophy for the finals. Now we enter what we call the offseason, which for certain teams is an exciting time. A lot is going to be going on in terms of free agency. It's going to be rumors every week for the draft, with, certain teams being able to discover their fate and what they're going to have on their team moving forward. The young, promising, up-and-coming players. But there's one player who stood out that everybody all around the world is talking about. And he goes by Victor, hope I'm saying this right, Wembanyama. We just call him Wemby for short. Essentially, he's being called the best NBA prospect ever. Yes, ever. He's listed at about 7'3" tall, has a slender frame, plays like a 2, but he moves like a 1. He dribbles like a 1, but he blocks shots like a 5, picking pops like a 4. You can't compare him to anybody. And this is why the buzz is going crazy about this guy, and rightfully so. I don't think we've ever seen a player other than Kevin Durant to even be close to what he's able to do. As we know, the NBA draft is approaching us fast, and I thought it would be a good idea to break down the top 3 prospects in the draft. Number 1 being Wemby, number 2 being Scoot Henderson, and number 3 being Brandon Miller. So we're going to be reacting to different videos, talking about their games in order for us to pinpoint different things that we can look forward to in their NBA careers. But before we get going, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are still on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Y'all have been killing it with the sub button. Really appreciate y'all. Going to be doing some different things for the off season, but I'm sure it's going to be great. It's always quality over quantity with me. I'm never going to bring y'all something that I don't think will be up to par. So let's lock in. Let's get to this reaction on Wemby.
I'm not sure the number 1 pick in the draft, Victor Wembanyama, is even human. For the longest time, he's felt like this mysterious being. For years, we were hearing about this 7'1" French kid who was the best prospect.
7'1"
But it was hard to buy in. Sure, it sounds crazy, and we would see some of these clips that showed a lot of promising skill, but it was rare to see him being talked about outside of the world of future NBA prospects. But then things started to change. The most defining early moment in regards to public perception was his performances on the international stage. Between his dominant runs in the U16 and U19 FIBA World Cups, playing against the best prospects on the planet, the veil of mystery was starting to dissolve. However, it was still hard to gauge a lot of his production and overall ability playing in these types of settings. But everything changed in one night, a night that if Wembanyama has the career we all expect, will be looked back on for generations.
For sure.
It was the night that everyone met Victor Wembanyama,
basketball
fan or not. It was our first chance to see him play in a familiar setting. Now, nothing changed. This was the player Wembanyama has always been, but most of the time it takes a familiar setting for NBA fan bases to really buy in.
This is gotta be the biggest game I'm gonna play in my life.
Wembanyama's French team was set to play the G League Ignite in a showcase in Las Vegas. The Ignite is a team that has produced several top picks over the last few years, Jalen Green and Jonathan Kuminga. At this time, it featured the projected 2nd overall pick, Scoot Henderson. The excitement was growing.
This is my introduction to Scoot, to be honest.
But I don't even think the biggest Bulls expected what we saw. Just over a minute into the game, Victor Wembanyama gets a ridiculous help side block. No surprise there, the man is literally a giant. The very next possession, the true freak of nature is taking the
ball up.
As he's walking up, minds are starting to race. We just don't see this every day. What is he about to do? Well, this. He takes his player off the dribble and hits this ridiculous contested layup. Eyes are opening. That was crazy, but maybe just a little lucky. On the very next possession, a pick and roll play unfolds. The second best prospect in the class goes for a pull-up mid.
Oh, he way too close to him. That's a block. I know it. Look at how close he is to him. Victor doesn't even have to get close to you in order to block your shot. I know. Watch. Blocked. I knew it.
Wembanyama effortlessly blocks it. This really embodied the sentiment shift we were about to see. We all knew.
Your best bet is to hezzy and try to go by.
We all knew how promising his career was projected to be. Things couldn't get crazier from this point on, right? Boy, were we wrong. Just a couple minutes later, Wembanyama gets the ball in the wing and splashes this 3 off.
No.
Not only
I always tell people
significant airtime on this shot.
And what y'all aren't saying too in the video is the fact that the 3-point line in Europe is closer. The NBA 3-point line is much further. Not much further, but it is further and it is deep. Pause. So him taking this shot, a one dribble sidestep, is kind of crazy for probably his first time playing on an NBA, I guess, size court.
At the apex of his jumper, his head would be hitting the rim. This shot is completely
nobody
unguardable.
can
So
touch
now
that.
closing out the first half, everyone's in awe, but the second half would just get out of hand. Pick and pop corner three. Scoot's contest is pointless.
I'm on foot three. Come on, wee. I'm on foot three.
Wee wee.
Look at that again. Look how high he
They
is.
childish.
Look at the basket.
Wow.
Perspective is playing a role here, but the ball is leaving his hands something like 11 feet in the air.
Do it. Just do it.
No, gee.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So
I need to
just
start doing this
do it.
in my
Make
videos.
your dreams come true.
Contested transition three.
I love that.
Absolute money.
Come on, wee.
Off the dribble.
Wow.
Contested midi.
Wee.
Pick and pop.
Bro. Wee
Scoot
wee.
Henderson, sit down.
Wow. Yeah. And that's the thing.
Wondering when Scoot was going to try
You
victory.
you ain't used to this. Nobody, like, you don't just normally play somebody a 7'3". So when you go, like my teammate in college, I had a teammate in college that was 7'1". He would play the 5. And a lot of times when I drive to the rim, I just wouldn't be thinking that there's a 7'1" person there. So I would try to go up like strong with, like, you can't just go up strong. You got to go up strong with the anticipation that there's got to be a wall over you like this. So Scoot probably was just like, oh yeah, this would be a big bang. But you don't think that there's a 7'3" monster coming at you full force. You ain't thinking about that because nobody is like that.
With the block shot.
Look, he thought he was going to dunk that. No,
Well, I'm not sure
he
that
saw
would even
only
matter.
rim.
Scoot, get that out of here. Corner
Wow.
three to bring the game within a possession. Wembanyama closes the game
Wow.
with 37 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 blocks. He shot an incredible 7 for 11 from three-point range. The news
First
started
time
to
in
spread
NBA
like
court.
wildfire, causing
Crazy.
Twitter to explode. Suddenly, the flaws and injury concerns were irrelevant. The upside we were dealing with was unprecedented. His time in Vegas wasn't even over. He had another game the very next day, and he proved that his performance from the previous night was no fluke. He scored 36 points and grabbed 11 rebounds. But there was
Just
something
look
that
how
was
he
overlooked
moves,
in that
bro.
game. At this point, many
That
casual
shot
observers
right
might
there
think,
is going to be his money.
Very tall. He can dribble and shoot threes. That's cool.
but the most impressive play out of that entire Vegas trip wasn't a block shot, a step back three, or a crossover. It was a simple, fast break dunk. Why is
Wow.
that? Well, let's put it into perspective.
Bro.
Wembanyama stands at 7'4". Some even say
He
7'5". Let's
fast.
go with his own words for now.
How tall are you?
So, like in France, we measure bare feet, and I'm 7'3" bare feet.
Okay, so when you put shoes on the court,
Yeah, I'm actually never measuring myself with shoes on, but it's got to be like 7'4" or 5, I guess.
okay.
Sometimes we throw around numbers without taking a second to fully grasp just how insane they are. This is his everyday point of view.
Dog. Yo, we saw over the rim with his point of view. Anybody that's played basketball, though, if you could get your head close to the rim, you feel so good. This man is looking over it on a casual dunk, holding a phone in his left hand. Give me that. Oh my God. Nah.
Let's take a look at some players that we've seen around this height. Taco Fall at 7'6", moves with this speed. Boban Marjanovic, currently the tallest player in the league, moves like this. You compare that to the speed Wembanyama is able to reach on this clip, 8 steps.
And that's 'cause he's
from
so
one
light,
foot to
too.
the other for the dunk. The picture starts to be painted just how ridiculous this truly is. The closest comparison in terms of size and speed is Kristaps Porzingis, but even that doesn't come close,
That's true.
especially laterally. End-to-end speed is one thing, but in basketball, especially in the front court, lateral speed matters even more.
It does.
The speed at which a player can move side to side. With
That's one
Wembanyama,
thing
you
that
have to
I
remind
in the off
yourself
seasons I
what he's
make
actually
sure I
doing
train a
because
lot,
he's so
especially this one
effortless.
too.
In today's league, teams constantly attack mismatches, trying to get big switched onto perimeter players.
Mm-hmm.
Even some of the best defenders in the league, like Rudy Gobert, can get exposed in these scenarios.
Nah, I like this guy videos.
Wembanyama is so quick that the player doesn't
Ooh.
even see an advantage in backing the ball up. He tries to blow by Wembanyama
Sheesh.
and fails miserably. But that's just the beginning. After the block, Wembanyama stands at the baseline. What do you think happens next? He runs to the complete other end of the court and throws down an alley-oop. Ridiculous.
Ooh.
And then to open the half, he hits this fadeaway.
I remember this
three.
shot.
In the fourth quarter,
Sheesh.
he does this.
Oh, no. It's just getting unfair. That is 30 feet out. Get dunked on. That guy right there is projected to go in the first round of the upcoming draft. Wembanyama finishes with 36 Oh my
points.
God.
In just 2 days, he showcased a skill set the game had never
Jeez.
seen before. This play right here sums that up perfectly.
Can't say we didn't try though. Ooh. Hey. That's against Monaco. I remember this play. Y'all really, I'm glad they're going to give the better angle. This doesn't make sense.
Creating space with his handle.
So you already almost break down a point guard. You shoot the three. You miss the three. Fine. But out of nowhere, you appear, grabs your own rebound while you're in the air to dunk it.
A put back dunk. It's another play
that's not normal. Look at this.
Because of his size, but you just have to remember what he's really doing.
That is not normal.
His size and strides make the court just look tiny.
Yes.
It's absolutely absurd. Now the narrative you're going to see pushed is that despite the highlights and what we saw in Las Vegas, is that Wembanyama isn't that great of a shooter.
Highlights make it look like he's a Kevin Durant level shooter. He's more like Giannis.
Hmm? Oh, no.
The misconception stems from his stats in France, shooting only 28% from three. But guess who else shot 28% from three last season in Europe before going to the NBA? Luka.
I knew
Doncic.
it.
Would you say that Luka Doncic is a Giannis level shooter?
No, but
Same goes for Jokic,
Luka Doncic is not the best shooter, but
even one of the best three-point shooters in league history, Peja Stojakovic, shot just 18%.
Wow.
The point is, three-point percentage from young guys in Europe isn't a reliable indicator of their true shooting ability.
I agree.
The European game differs from the NBA in many ways.
It does.
And translating stats one-to-one just doesn't work. In fact, the closest thing we've seen to an NBA game from Victor Wembanyama is what he played in Vegas.
Yeah.
And look what happened.
Wembanyama for three. Come on, wee.
The difference too for when you are in Europe and when you're in the NBA, the court size matters. Like in the NBA, if you notice how when they set screens, it's so far up that they can isolate a side so much better. In Europe, you can do the same thing, but the court is a little bit smaller. There's a little bit more help defenses, people all around you. When you're a young guy and you're seeing that for the first time, that's going to be difficult to adjust to.
One of the best predictors time and time again is free throw percentage. Typically, when someone's a poor free throw shooter, they have a long ways to go to become a solid
It's
shooter.
not your hand, Giannis.
In fact, some make the case that at the college level, free throw percentage can actually be a better indicator for three-point success in the NBA, especially in combination with players who are already willing three-point shooters. This correlation bodes extremely well for Wembanyama. This season, on pretty high volume, he shot 83% from the free throw line. That's fantastic. That's the same as guys like Nikola Jokic and Jalen Brunson. Will Wembanyama ever be a Kevin Durant level shooter? Unlikely. Impossible?
He doesn't need to be.
As crazy as Wembanyama's 7'4" listed height is, he's actually even bigger than you think. A massive, massive factor when it comes to NBA size is wingspan.
Yeah.
There's two types of heights in basketball. You've got your listed height, the one on your driver's license. And then there's your effective height, which is an inexact science, but the main factor being your wingspan. Both attacking the rim and especially on defense, it plays a massive, massive role. There are a few stars in the league outside of the point guard position not bringing an elite wingspan to the table, especially those recognized for their defensive abilities. Victor Wembanyama isn't just bringing a crazy wingspan. He is bringing the biggest in the entire league. His wingspan is 8
Oh my
feet
God.
long. Absurd. For some context here, Rudy Gobert's is 7'8", Kristaps is 7'6", and possibly the best speed to length ratio in the league, Giannis Antetokounmpo, has a wingspan of only 7'3". Now, something we typically see with these crazy frames is that you have to sacrifice shooting ability. That is clearly not a
the
problem
case.
for Victor Wembanyama. The three-point shooting is what's going to get a lot of the attention. The dribbling will get a lot of the highlights. I mean, as it should. Check this clip out.
This dribbling ability.
Ooh,
Come on,
bro.
7'5".
The coordination he was
Nah.
regardless of his size. How many players in the league could do this? While these skills are impressive, while they're exciting, it is not what has many going as far to label him the best prospect of all time. It's that combination of speed and length that is truly the scariest thing he brings to the table.
Facts.
Ultimately, what the league has never seen before. We all know at that size, shot blocking is a given. But with this combination, he is able to hold his own in almost any circumstance. Take this possession, for example. He gets matched up with a guard on the perimeter. He gets beat, but it just doesn't matter.
No, is he always going to be there?
As the roamer from the wing. Look where Wembanyama is right
Sheesh, way too high up, actually.
Open lane to the basket, but Wembanyama is able to send back a...
And that's not even his help. That should be the low guy's help. That's what's crazy. That's supposed to be his teammates' help, but he decided to just come and do it.
Or missed times, his hand speed allows him to still defend the shot before getting the goal.
Give me that.
He gets caught on a screen here. Easy layup, right? Think again.
Give me that. Oh my God, bro.
As if he didn't. When you think you have space, you really don't. His ability to close out just hurts your brain. For this clip right here, it just looks like, oh, this guy didn't have enough space to shoot. But that is only because it just so happens he has to play against this freak of the Go back. Look at that.
Look at his face. Yeah.
That's 99% of the
He should pump fake.
That is a wide open opportunity. But Wembanyama just casually walks over, shrinking the space. Now again, the NBA court and NBA three-point line are a little bit bigger, but you just don't see stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and that guy tries to bring the ball out, take Wembanyama off the dribble, and yeah, it didn't go well. Again, you see him here guarding on the wing for an entire possession. He's able to bring weak side help, which they try to seize on, sending it back to his man.
Once again, not his help.
An open shot if you replace
Wembanyama
with anyone else. Here he guards the switch. Switches back on the pass. Gets
great feet. Oh, man.
Back. Moral of the story, Wembanyama is able to guard half the court at one time.
Yeah.
By no means is his contest always perfect. These are highlights. That should be pretty clear. But this is also just a prospect. We're not just talking about the player we see today. We're talking about the player we could potentially see. Something that's truly hard to comprehend when it comes to Wemby. But speaking of what he could be, something has changed for him that went completely under the radar.
I see it.
That's that he's filled out his frame. This is him 2 years ago at the FIBA World Cup. This is Chet Holmgren in that same tournament.
Okay.
This is Chet today, and this is Wembanyama today.
Okay.
The kid has clearly packed on some serious muscle, an incredible sign, as this is something that typically takes a while for these types of frames, sometimes never does. A lot are under the impression we're still dealing with a complete twig. That's not the case. His ability to defend without getting displaced has been really impressive over the last 12 months. Now, not impeccable, but remember, this isn't the overtime elite.
Exactly.
This is professional basketball. Most of these people are grown.
And listen to me. Strong big men in Europe get paid because you don't have to shoot threes or the five and all that, bro. It's these big, strong Serbian guys. Shout out to the Serbian community that watch my videos. You're playing against guys from, bro, listen, Eastern European guys built different. The
powerhouses of the league, Jokic, Embiid. But newsflash, everyone
exactly
knows. What matters here is that the trend is more than going in the right direction. We opened with the game that really opened the eyes of the world to Wembanyama, especially fans in the States. Well, that was 8 months ago. If you weren't aware, Wembanyama is in the playoffs in France right now, and he is dominating. As of this recording, we are headed to the finals of the French League.
Come on.
All season, there's been this narrative that Wembanyama's numbers don't tell the full story, as he's been able to just do whatever he wants since switching to the Metropolitans this season. And while that may be the case, it's clearly working. In the game to go to the finals, 3 minutes left, 1 point game, he buries this fadeaway as the shot clock expires. Contested lay-in to make it a 1 point lead, a block on the other end, his 5th block of the night. This legendary clip also came out of this playoff run.
Dude trying to prove a point on Wemby, and look, he trying to get a dunk. But y'all, please watch this, bro. Watch this. Look what Wemby come back down here and do. First off,
this was the game I could have went to. Asvel is the team here in Lyon where I play, one of the in the first league, and I literally could have watched this game and didn't have the tickets. Look at the crowd.
Look at this. He ain't even playing a bro. Haim, hold up. Hold on, you can't look at him. You can't
No.
guard me.
Oh,
Hold on.
hey, ooh.
He, oh my, bro, come on, bro. He gonna bro. He repositioning.
Get it back.
Repositioning. Hold on.
And one. Oh.
Damn, oh my God. Bro, Wemby is OD.
I think that's it for now. The more and more I see, the more I just struggle to comprehend, the more I come closer to the conclusion that this man is just not
human. Wow, great video. Great video. Is he the best prospect of all time? I guess we have to, I would say prospect, yes. What it will turn into, I guess we'll have to see. I think the most hyped prospect was definitely probably LeBron of all time. Some would argue Zion Williamson. But I think that he surpassed the hype of all of them. The NBA literally signed a contract with LNB, which is the league in France, just to be able to stream his games. I don't know, that says a lot. But anyway, y'all let me know your thoughts down below. What y'all think about his game, how y'all see him, you know, as an NBA talent translating into the NBA, and what y'all think about these type of videos. Let me know down below if y'all rocking with them, if y'all ain't feeling them. I want to know. And be sure before you leave to subscribe to the channel. On the road to 5,000 subscribers. Y'all know the drill. Love y'all to death. Till the next one. Peace.